Hello everyone, welcome to the task 16 video submission. Today we will be going through the programming of the seller's store using product sorting and pagination. So in the previous video we showed the UI created with HTML, CSS and a little bit of JavaScript. So the main focus today will be, as I said, the pagination part and the sorting. So as you can see, we first have to be logged in as a seller, and then we go to the dashboard and we have the public store, or the seller store, the store front, the back end that the seller will see, so he can activate or deactivate any of his products. So as you can see, it says inactive over here, so we can activate it, and then if we give it a small refresh, it says active, and we can deactivate, so we'll deactivate this and refresh again and such. So then we can then go from the lowest price to the highest price, so we can sort the way we want. There are no ratings at the moment, so it just goes back to the oldest, and then most customers is also the same. And when you put newest first, it goes back to this way, and yeah, so these all work. And we also have the page navigation or pagination working as well. We can add a skill if you want. You can add a skill, cancel it, store. We can move through all of these seamlessly. Yeah, so that's it for the UI part of it. Let's get into the code. So first of all, we use the header as it is always needed, and then we first check whether the user role is seller using this function as well. So according to this, str to lower actually means string to lower, so it makes sure that any conditions in user role will be converted to simple capital, so goes to lowercase, and make sure it's equal to the seller. If not, it gets redirected back to home.php, and this exits us out of the code. Yeah, so then we also need this, which is over here, seller control. So these are database codes used to get the user ID and whatnot. So here we get so this is to get the review count, rating, here the title, first name, the buyer's name, the total amounts, average rating. So all of these are stored in the folder controllers under seller controller.php. So we need to require that as well, and then we assign controller using this variable. And so this is used to get the dashboard statistics that we looked at over here. So if we go back to the dashboard, so all these are needed. They get controlled from the controller, and then we have some to get to get the data for the UI, we need to use this. So we say items for page 6, and we get the number of pages that can be allowed through this. There's a calculation as well that will be looked at later. Then we have some validation, so to check that everything is correct. Then we do some these are what are needed for the page sorting to go by correctly. So price low is order price ascending, so price high, order price descending, rating, so order by average, coalesce, rating, and that is descending, and then customers, order by count of the ID, and that's descending as well. So if there's an ID that has many, that is recurring, so that will be shown by descending. So the most will be right at the top. Then we have how to get our total product count. So it selects total from product where seller ID is as such and gets it out of there. Then we have a little bit of a calculation, as I said earlier, to get the total products, the total pages. So based on the total products that are there, we can calculate the total pages and then determine an offset. That means how many products per page. So as we have said over here, so there are 6 items per page. So based on that, our total products divided by items per page. And so the offset is the current page that we are on minus 1 times the items page. So yeah, that is quite rudimentary. Then we have fetch products with the sorting. So for that we need to collect all this information. And then we do another database search to get user ID, items per page on the offset. And so it says here if. So this is all for the pagination part and for the sorting. So we will skip through all the UI. We did that in the previous day. And then we'll come straight to our storefront. So first of all, we need to be in the tab storefront to see any of this. It has its own section. So once we click that, we move into the storefront, and then we have our sorting. So sort by, nothing fancy over here. But we do say by default, the sorting will be done by newest. That is right over here. So as you can see here, default order by created at. So it gives us the newest, latest that we created. So as you can see, if we go here, by default it shows this as the newest. Yeah. So that's that for the sort. Sorry, no, that is not all for the sort, but then we will look into it more. So yeah. So based on the value that we get, we can click newest, and it will give us the newest first. So all of these, the only difference between the earlier video is that now we have used these PHP scriptlets to echo or sort by and use this. So when we click it, it goes to where we want. And then we have this right here. So earlier, so this was just the UI that we made manually, and as you can see here, it says showing 10 of 100. So instead of showing something inaccurate, so the user would see and think, oh my gosh, there are 100 products, but there are not 100 products. So what we do here is we get the total products, and we show that, and this shows how many storefront products there are. So that we go back again to the calculation. So as you can see here, the calculation, storefront products. We also got the total products over here using this calculation. And yeah, so storefront products will be 6. So this actually makes sure that there are, actually counts how many have been gone through. So every page we go on, this gets updated. So yeah. So it actually just calculates how many storefront products are there at the moment and how many need to be displayed. After that, we move on straight to the JavaScript part. So we spoke of this in the previous video. So over here, we do not have a lot for the pagination, but the pagination is there. So first of all, we have just this small part. So what this does is it uses the function update sort to update the sort value with what we have selected. So we get the sort by that we have selected, and it displays what it is. So if we go over here, so we can see it says storefront. So we go low to high, yeah. So it updates the URL right there. So that's what happens with this. It updates the URL and gives us a new page every time. So customer, yeah. So as you can see, the URL constantly changes. So that happens over here with this JS. Yeah, that's it for the pagination and the sort by. Yes, I believe so. That is all for this. Also, there are some other small parts in the product status process as well. So first of all, the session has to be active. So because we cannot just go straight into the seller dashboard without a seller logging in. Then we check whether he's logged in. Then the account type is seller. If not, we get unauthorized access and we get this. And most of the time it will actually redirect. Yeah, and then we have all this is for the product status. That will be in the next video. And yeah, that's all for the we have to actually go and look at the pagination as well, which we missed. So yeah, so the pagination is right here. So use some if statements. First we make sure that the total pages are less than one. Are greater than one, because there's no need for it to be more than this. Actually, we can check that by maybe deleting an entry. So we'll go to our database. So now we are in our database, and we know that first we'll check who the user is. So user it is test first name, so we'll go to product. Yeah, we'll go and delete one of these. Which one should we delete? Let's look at FL Studio. Yeah, let's look for FL Studios. Yes. So we'll try and delete the selected row. Yeah, we have now deleted it. If we go here and refresh, yes, as you can see, there is no pagination if there are less than 6. Yeah, so we cannot go and undo the delete of a data, but we'll add a new one. New test product. This is a product testing. So we'll give it a category. We'll just make it anything mobile. Give it a price 890,000. Advanced. Make it active. Over here. Let's go get some random picture. Let's get this desktop background for this. Yeah. Register the product. And if we go back to our dashboard, yeah, so we have a new one, and as you can see, a new page has been created. So that's what happens over here. So it first makes sure that there is more than this many pages. If not, there's no pagination. Pagination will not happen. And yeah, then based on that, if the current page is more than one, we display page 1 and we move on to the rest. We get page 2. So if there are not many pages, we do not unnecessarily show. So the first and previous will always be there because there are more than one. But we will not show a third, fourth. They will come based on the amount of total pages and the current page. And as you can see, as we spoke of earlier, it's based on this calculation right here. So without this calculation, it will not work. So based on this calculation, we check how many products are there. So we know each page has 6 products, so it cannot be more than that. So every time 6 products are added, a new page is created. And yeah, so yeah, that's it for the pagination part and the software part. I will see you in the next video.